Thank you for joining us here on THV11 News at Noon. I'm Michael Laron. Coming up today, an unexpected furry visitor caught on camera in North Little Rock. Why the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission says there's no need for alarm. Vacation prices are up just in time for summer. We have what you need to know to save the most on your future travel plans. A social media post claims the person who shot Ronald Reagan is performing a sold-out concert in New York this year. But is that true? Our Verify team has the answer just ahead. But first, we want to start with meteorologist Nathan Scott with a first look at that forecast. We have had some beautiful weather so far today. Not too bad. Naturally, though, changes on the way at some point.
Good afternoon, Michael. Yeah, it's been a nice start to the first half of our Thursday. Lots of sun with some clouds mixed in. Temperatures, though, warming up into the low to mid 70s already. But you notice that deck of clouds moving in from Oklahoma. That's going to be aimed at northwest Arkansas, and underneath the clouds we got a cluster of showers and storms migrating from Oklahoma into northwest Arkansas. So throughout the day, that cluster will continue to scoot its way through the northern half of the state. So if you're watching us maybe as close as northern Pope County, Van Buren County, into Cleburne County, there's going to be potential you could see a passing shower storm through the afternoon hours. Here in central Arkansas, we will stay dry. Temperatures today warmer than what we have been seeing. We're going to see those numbers top out into the upper 70s, probably some low 80s into South Arkansas. Cooler, though, to the north where you'll see more clouds and that chance of rain. Speaking of chance of rain, let's talk about it because we do have a small chance on Friday, but that chance does go up Saturday and then drops off for Sunday. So your weekend is 50-50, and I'll have more details on that coming up.
Right to a developing story here new at noon. Little Rock police warning drivers to avoid the area near the 2700 block of Markham Street this afternoon. That is near Woodrow Street in the heart of the city. According to officers, a car crash has led to power lines blocking the roadway. They are encouraging people to take an alternate around while crews work to clear the scene there. Again, that is on Markham Street near Woodrow. We'll keep you updated if anything changes. The Sherwood community is reflecting on those who lost their lives to COVID-19 and sharing personal stories. Wednesday night's event was a chance to start that healing process for folks there, a night of healing and reflection. A light display was set up along the pond walking trail just behind Sherwood City Hall to remember the lives lost to COVID-19. Speakers got personal with Police Chaplain Hugh Yarborough sharing his story.
I've had COVID myself during the Alpha wave. I ran 103 plus fever for about 7 or 8 days. I've lost 2 of my family members in COVID-related deaths, including my wife, Katie, of 36 years. She spent 40 days in ICU, enduring COVID protocols and treatments.
Participants hope the day of reflection and healing has helped people process all of the changes and the losses over these past 2 years. And they are hoping it also offers encouragement moving forward. Anti-Semitic incidents have reached a record high in the U.S. as millions around the world mark Holocaust Remembrance Day. As Tina Kraus reports, survivors of the Nazi massacre say hatred toward Jews needs to stop now.
Sirens sound across Israel, bringing life to a standstill to remember the 6 million Jews and millions of others who died in the Holocaust.
Really amazing to see the whole country stop for 2 minutes.
But on this Holocaust Remembrance Day, anti-Semitism across the U.S. shows no signs of stopping. A new report from the Anti-Defamation League reveals violence, harassment, and vandalism against Jewish people reached a record high last year with more than 2,700 reported incidents. The U.S. has the largest Jewish population outside Israel, and the number of anti-Jewish hate crimes recorded in New York and Los Angeles nearly doubled in 2021, according to a worldwide study from Tel Aviv University.
Today is Holocaust Remembrance Day.
100 Holocaust survivors from across the world united to deliver a message on the dangers of unchecked hate.
Never again.
Roman Haller says it all starts with hate. It's important to fight against this hate. Valery Bendersky escaped the Holocaust when he was just 7 years old. Now he's left Ukraine for Israel to feel safe. He sings "We fled from Putin in Ukraine the way we once fled from Hitler." With anti-Semitism on the rise, he's joining the calls for peace. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Not all of those who lived through the Holocaust have escaped the war with Russia. This month, a 91-year-old woman died in a basement in the war-torn city of Mariupol. And speaking of the war in Ukraine, President Biden is asking Congress for another $20 billion in U.S. spending to support Ukraine's military. Russia has intensified attacks in eastern and southern parts of the country and is warning the West not to interfere in the conflict. Skylar Henry reports from the White House.
Hello, everybody.
President Biden is seeking more money from Congress to keep humanitarian and military aid flowing to Ukraine.
This assistance would provide even more artillery, armored vehicles, anti-armored systems, anti-air capabilities that have been used so effectively thus far.
The proposal would make it easier for the federal government to hold the Russian government and Russian oligarchs accountable for the invasion.
When the oligarchs' assets are sold off, funds can be used directly to remedy the harm Russia caused.
9 weeks into the war, Russia has intensified its attacks in eastern and southern Ukraine, but Ukrainians are standing strong. Russian President Vladimir Putin is now warning that any country that interferes in Ukraine will face a lightning-fast response. President Biden is set to tour a Lockheed Martin facility in Alabama next week, where Javelin anti-tank missiles are made. The U.S. has already provided many of those weapons to Ukraine. On Thursday, UN Secretary General visited a town outside the capital, Kyiv, where officials say there is evidence of Russian war crimes.
Wherever there is a war, the highest price is paid by civilians.
While Ukraine and Russia have yet to achieve a breakthrough in the war, Russia agreed to release U.S. Marine veteran Trevor Reed as part of a surprise prisoner swap. The 30-year-old was flown to his home state of Texas early this morning. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
The State Department says it's still working to free 2 other Americans in Russian custody. That includes WNBA star Brittany Griner. Caught on camera now, a North Little Rock neighborhood has quite the visitor, and it has people there talking. This is home surveillance video taken in the Park Hill neighborhood, and you can see a bear just roaming about right there. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission is sending a pretty clear message, though, saying this is quite common. A spokesperson tells us young bears leave the den this time of year looking for food. In neighborhoods close to wooded areas, the bears will sometimes come into the community. And that spokesperson says the bears are usually more scared of us than we are of them, and that if you take away things they may feed on, like trash and pet food, they won't stick around.
You know, we don't want them to like getting trapped and be around. We want them to realize that being around humans is a bad thing. So we're kind of rough with them and make sure that they don't want to come back.
Keith Stevens there says Arkansas has a healthy bear population with almost 6,000 across the state. If you're planning your next vacation, we have some money-saving tips you don't want to miss next.
And it's a pretty nice Thursday around the region with a mixture of sun and clouds. Temperatures are warming up very quickly. However, going to the weekend, the weather becomes more unsettled. I'll have more on the timing when we could see the showers and storms move in coming up.